They have lost 7 of 9 test matches. And of course, nobody's speaking about it. Why is that?
Go right ahead. We'd love to hear your theory.
No, it is just a plain, it speaks for itself. They played the last 9 test matches, lost 7 of them, drew 1 and won 1. And that's their record over the last 9 test matches, including that last game against England. And so God help them if they lose another 3 or 4. You will not.
My answer to that, I don't believe India wants to play Test cricket.
But Dennis, is that the reason?
No.
Is that the reason?
That's a low blow. That's a low blow, Mr. Francis.
Virgil, you'll be coming on next. Go ahead, Professor. You want a point?
I mean, is that the reason why India has a brand new captain?
Why they? Because of the losses, you mean?
Yes, because of the fact that they have lost 7.
Sharma finished.
Okay, Dale.
They have to get a captain.
He retired. He retired. Was that the reason why he retired?
No.
He was under pressure, like Dale just said. They've been losing matches, losing under his captaincy. The one match they won, the Boomer won it for them. Boomer won it in Australia, remember?
Let's get Dale.
So Sharma has not won a match in Test for the longest. He was under pressure.
Right.
Dale just told us there. Boomer won a match for them.
Let's ask Dale to finish his point if he hadn't done so. Dale?
No, I think everybody with their contribution, we wrapped it up. I just wanted to point that out, that if it were West Indies, we wouldn't hear the end of it. But it is India. And so no one is really talking about it.
India won't play T20.
But you see,
they love T20. They make a lot of money from it.
No, man, they want to be a test too. I see Pan so happy that he passed Dhoni. That's a big name to pass as the best wicket keeper in Test cricket. So you can see Pan enjoying himself.
And he made some records there when he gets 2 centuries in one game. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, man, they want to play Test. They want to play Test.
He played some exciting shots too.
The bottom line is that India has a strong track record of being a winning team. And yes, if you are the #1 team in the world, you might hesitate going to play in the UK because you're not playing. You're not playing in the #1 league. I don't know where the UK stands right now. I know Australia is up there, but moving from a
I can give you. India is #1, Australia is #2.
Right.
That's it. England #3, South Africa 4, New Zealand 5, Pakistan 6, Sri Lanka 7, West Indies 8, Bangladesh 9, Zimbabwe 10. That's the ranking.
So until India starts really losing, they might think that it's better for them to keep their players at home and stay #1.
No, they can't stay at home. They have to play at home and away.
I think he meant not to play.
I mean playing for the national team.
Not playing for the national team.
Because as Virgil says that, Indian players don't want to play abroad.
All right. Let's put that India to.
No, wait. Hold on there. When I said don't want to play abroad, they don't want. You see, you have a franchise cricket like that, the CPL and the English T20 league. India players, India the government board for India do not want the players to go and play in nobody other as league. Just like how West Indies players and all the other country players go and play in the IPL for them, they would not come into your domestic league and play in your league.
I understand.
Virgil,
it's not the test. It's not the test we're talking about. Yeah.
No, we understood that. We understood.
Okay. Virgil. Why then did India are financing the T20 franchises? You asked yourself the question: why are they paying money to promote MI New York And the,
Business,
and the
Leon.
West.
Business.
Business.
But that's why I said
Business.
they're raising. They want to make T20 come great.
All right. Thank you.
That is what happened. That
Leon?
is my
Yeah, but the
viewpoint.
market is in America. Fast food. We've been saying that
No, but
from
they have
on
it
the
they
years.
have it in South Africa.
Anybody put their hand,
Ivor,
and
please.
I blame West
Listen to
Indies
me.
for that.
Listen to me. India financiers are hosting the matches in South Africa, in the West Indies, and now in the USA. And where else they're going to go? They're going to go in Asia.
Oh, by the way,
The business.
Why-
Yeah, but what is wrong with that?
Because-
What is wrong with that?
Nothing
It's a
wrong with
business.
it.
Oh.
You know, nothing wrong with it. And that's why the interest in Test cricket is not as much as in the other formats.
No.
I don't believe that. Not India. I would not
because-
believe that.
because
That's
the
not
money-
India, no, Leon. Leon, the major league organization is not India.
No, I know. But
Right. So
it's bringing money to
we know
India.
they're Indian.
It's
We know
bringing
they're
money to
Indian,
India,
but they're not calling shots for India.
okay.
These guys are businessmen. I
Because-
spoke to Cameron when he came up. He said, "Listen, any matches come to the West Indies, always have a 2020 match in Fort Lauderdale, any Asian continent, whether it's Bangladesh, whether it's India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, always bring them through here because fast food. And we've been saying it on the other show, Leon, that it is made for 2020 cricket, America, and instead West Indies jump on that, they allow these businessmen from India to come to take it over. West Indies could have been having this over here since they gave away 50 years of not having cricket in the West Indies. They could have had the league here. I told Cameron, I said, you all do that.
What is happening in India, in England as well? India
Can
buying
I-
out the franchise over there as well. Look at
Can
Yeah,
I
it.
that's what I'm saying. West Indies
Can I say-
lose that ploy, like Virgil was saying. They could have gotten up and do what the Indians are doing. West Indies could have done it. We spoke to them. We said America is on fast food. Bring your guys here, build it up, and then you organize matches here. Get with the USA board and do it. It was
Alright.
so easy to do. But they're sitting on the laurels expecting.
Gentlemen, okay. Okay.
Can I just say something there?
Okay.
Ivor, the next time
Yes.
you disrespect my city, I'm going to charge you $2,000.
All
There's
right.
no cricket going to play in Fort Lauderdale. The only international cricket is going to play is in Lauderhill. So do
All
not
right.
disrespect my city again.
But
Thank
how you know
very
that
much.
they're going to put one in Fort Lauderdale, Virgil?
No, well, when the time comes, that we can talk about. But for right now, you don't say Fort Lauderdale, you say Lauderhill. That there's where the cricket be. I'll
Amen.
charge you $2,000 and up.
Amen.
Okay,
Amen.
they want to talk about West Indies cricket now.
Thank you. That is it for now. Donna, kick us off with your notes about what happened in the West Indies, Australia.
Yes, I started the report by saying that it was fraught with controversies. We had the dismissal of Chase, we had the dismissal of Hope, and we had a not out going against us for what his name, Travis Head.
Okay.
So I want
let's
us to
take,
speak about those controversies that
Okay.
happened.
Donna,
Yes.
let's take them one at a time. Put the first one out there and let's see what the panel thinks happened, whether it was right or wrong.
The LB decision for Chase. Let's talk about that one.
Okay.
Because he indicated that he had bat on it first.
Right.
And the decision went up to DRS.
Mhm.
And DRS said that there was pad first before bat. And in my eyes, I saw bat first, then pad.
Okay.
I don't know what the other panelists think.
We'll get there. Let's go around. Let's go around it. Oh, I see Professor Boone is certainly right out there. So Boone.
Well, when I looked at the VAR, you could see where there was a spike in the waves where it hit the bat.
Yes.
And that is where the decision was made. That is, you're looking at either a flat line where nothing touches anything, but if it touches, you can see the wave jump.
Yes.
I saw the wave jump.
So you think that it was bat first and he was not out?
Yes, but no, it was bat, and then it bounced off. But it touched the bat
First or second?
first.
First. So that means he couldn't have been out leg before wicket.
Right.
All right. Let's hear. Donna's given us his views. Leon, did you see it? And
I didn't see the actual incident, but from our report, it would have been that they touched bat first. And according to many of the people have heard from that he touched bat first.
All right.
So I don't know. I can't argue.
Virgil, did you see it?
No, I did not see that one.
All right. Brother Dale, did you see the incident?
Yes, I did. And I think the umpire, the third umpire, whatever they call it, erred. And can't believe that he actually did that. It doesn't make sense.
So it appears that this group of panelists think that that was a big boo-boo from the third umpire. Chase was not out. Okay, Donna, what was the second one?
No, but
you didn't hear. I didn't comment.
Oh, I thought you did when you set it up for us, but go ahead. Go ahead,
Well,
Donna.
I cite live and in living colors, and that South Africa need to get off the elite panel, even for that one alone. Because he got help. Chase is not a cheat. Chase, when he played the ball and the appeal, he even indicated that he played. You know what I mean? So upstairs, how can you? Let me think. I'm glad Donna tell me that. Listen here. You have to have conclusive evidence to give somebody out or to turn over any decision. There was no conclusive evidence. The ball clearly came from the bat into the pad. No bowler can get that sort of a turn from no ball, from outside the off stump to come into the pad like that. But common sense then, that ball had to hit that bat to get into the pad. It was just common sense. And you have the technology, you can slow it down as much as you want, and you came up with something as wrong as that. You have no business being an elite umpire. And let me jump the gun. He did it in the India and in the Australia, South Africa champion test match too. That same South African umpire. So he ought to be reprimanded. Thanks.
they should fine him too.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that's that. As everyone had their say on that particular one. Donna,
No, but just one point though, that Sammy was fined and given demerit point. For
Yes.
But we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that when you say really fine. I was going to get to that later, but go ahead.
all right.
That's
So,
all right.
Donna,
The second one now was the caught behind for Hope. I saw that ball touch the ground after Kiritushi catch. It was a splendid catch, yes, but I saw it grounded. And he was still given out.
all right, that's Donna's take. All right, let's go around the dear professor. Did you see it? And what did you see?
Well, the ball did touch the ground while it was in the glove.
Yes.
And the ground might have kept the ball in the glove.
Yes.
Because he dove and he spun over, and the close-up showed that the ball did touch the ground while it was in the glove. And if the ground was not there, the ball could have been popping out. So that 50-50 should have been in the batter's favor.
Right. So, Leon, did you see it?
I see the replay. I saw the replay, and he's
Okay.
definitely, to me, the ball was grounded.
The ball was grounded.
Yes.
All right. Virgil, did you see it?
No.
All right. Brother Dale, did you see it?
Yes, I did.
And
The ball definitely hit the ground, and it was in his glove. If you can say it was in his glove, but a good portion of it was on the ground.
Yes.
Exactly what I
Can't
saw.
believe that he said not out.
Mhm.
That he was out. I just can't believe it.
All
And
right.
by the way, this umpire, based on reviews and overturn when he makes a decision, this umpire,
Yes.
and the batters review it, 29.8% of those reviews are successful, which is the second highest among active umpires. In other words, he's the second worst umpire in Test cricket right now.
You're talking about the umpire, the umpire.
The third umpire.
Oh, the third umpire.
Because they rate umpires based on decisions that they make, how many that they get overturned during the course of their career or the calendar year. So right now, he is the second worst umpire by numbers.
Now, tell me, are these third umpires always the same circuit? In other words, the same 2 or 3, or do they allow all?
No. They rotate.
They rotate them. Okay.
Yes, but they are elite. They are on the elite panel.
Yes.
Right.
Now, have I missed anyone contribution?
Oh yes, you missed, because I want to jump on that.
All right, go right.
But I want to go last though. I want to go last.
Did we get to Virgil?
Yeah, I know. I didn't see that. I didn't see that one with
And I know I bypassed Hyacinth. I mean, Hyacinth, have you had the chance to watch any of these things? Hyacinth is not.
Okay, it's pretty early in London. I can forgive.
Go check.
All right. So then it looks like your turn then. Coach Jatin is back with us. Are you with us, Coach?
Yes.
Okay, so you hear the discussion. The third umpire has been called out. Did you see the incident, and do you have a view on it?
I'm not much concerned about 1, 2, 3, 4 umpires. What cricket is missing is the biggest thing is the disciplinary actions against these umpires. Right now, these umpires act like dictators. They feel like a boss, because none of these decision makers gonna have any penalties or suspension or something like that. And if you go soccer and other sports, they do put them under penalties, and there are disciplines if they don't do the right job. In cricket, I think I haven't heard anybody, even it's a worse, they'll say, okay, he made a mistake, he's supposed not to, they will replace, and they move on. And if this umpire is some sort of networking connection, he will not be rejected or removed from the list. He'll be coming back next game.
All right, thank you, Coach. Ivor, you said...
Okay. Yes, well, I saw it in live and in living colors. I'm going to give you this joke, and it's a serious joke. When that ball, let me give the umpire's term. He was not in control of the ball. So let's say the ball hit the ground, and he already taken the catch, and the ball hit the ground after. You can say, well, hey, he had completed the catch. And by the time the ball hit the ground, the play was over. No, the play was not over. While they went upstairs for the catch, my wife, who knows nothing about cricket, I said, I want you to look at this. So we were looking at the same time. And I tell you, no, I'm going to tell you when the joke coming at the end. I said, tell me what happened to that ball. And she gave it spot on. He said, oh, he catch it. Okay, the ball is on the ground. And here's the joke. Okay, the ball is on the ground. So that means he's out.
Okay. All right.
So she had it backwards. She said the ball came down and go on the ground in his gloves. So the batsman out. I said, no, that is West Indies guy. We don't want him to be out. He said, oh, I saw when the ball is going out. And she knows nothing about cricket, and she described it. And when that guy came down, I said, babe, do you know that the umpire upstairs said that the guy took the ball cleanly and he didn't touch the ground? She said, no way. And she knows nothing about cricket. Right. I could not believe that umpire in broad daylight. If it was a night game, I would have said, okay, it's night. They played the Jamaica game. But it was in broad daylight.
Okay. Point.
So, and now, I want to say one more thing now. And I want to tell you where West Indies get the rap hard all the time. And Dale can come in on this one. Do you know, in 2002, a Christian, honest guy, took a ball in one hand, thumped a guy in the other hand, did not appeal. Did not appeal. And he was charged, Mr. Ridley Jacobs. He didn't appeal. The other team appealed. And they're saying he had enough time to call back in the batsman. Well, I want to know what they're going to do with this umpire behind here. Who appeal? Because remember what I said. Ridley Jacobs did not appeal. Leon, you must remember that.
Yes, he didn't appeal.
He didn't even appeal to say, well, I'm saying I stumped this guy with my left hand while the ball was in my right hand. And they're saying, no, he should have done the umpire job to say, no, batsman, you're not out, come back. And they fined him, suspended him.
Really?
That was dead wrong. From 2001, I will never forget that.
Right.
I thank you.
Thank you there. Donna.
Dennis, we need to go to the West Indies prize giving.
Okay, so the other one I had really didn't see it, but I hear the commentators talking about it, was that Travis Head was given a life.
Yes.
He was caught behind and the umpire said it wasn't taken. I didn't see that one, so I can't comment on that one.
Anybody wish to comment on that?
Well, I can tell you, I see that one, and I believe the Batman. I mean, he was out because I could not see. I could not see the ball touch the ground. Really, it was very, very close, but you can see the finger on the ball. So I don't know how they say he was not out. The keeper wasn't sure, but you can see it. I mean, when you slow it down, you see it.
Okay. Did you see it, Professor?
Well, the speed with which he rolled and still had the ball in his glove would indicate that he had control of the ball.
That is the hope.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Dale, did you see the incident and your views?
Which incident is this, sir?
Travis Head catch by Hope. Low down.
Of whom?
Of Hope was the batter. Hope was the captain and the
Hope was the wicketkeeper and Travis was the batter.
Yes.
Who was the bowler?
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, I think Hope had that catch.
Yes.
Hope took the catch.
Yeah, but he wasn't sure because it was low down, but the ball appeared to have settled in the glove, low down, and the ball did not touch the ground. All right. So, I think we heard from Ivor on that one. Coach, did you have any comment on that one? No, he's not back with us this time.
No, not on that one.
No, well, I didn't bring it, but like I said, he was out. It was Shama Joseph who was bowling high side. He was that should have been sent upstairs.
They got his fiver.
So, yeah. Oh, that would have been the one to give Shamar the fifth wicket. Yes.
Yeah. That would have been one. So Shama Joseph was the bowler, and I think he was hard done. I think it was a clean catch.
All right. Okay, have we exhausted those, Donna?
Yes, I also mentioned that West Indies was bowled out in one session.
Yes.
Oh, what travesty. What a thing.
So who are you going to fire and drop from the team?
I don't know, boy. I don't know. I don't know what to say of the West Indies team then. I really thought they were going to fight back like Australia. But I had to go out, and when I come back and see them at 57 for 5, I was like, what? Oh, my goodness. I couldn't believe it. And I said, okay, let's see if somebody is going to make a comeback. But they just went down, 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 down. I was even hoping that they would hold on for the afternoon session. But when I see 2 wickets, imagine Shama Joseph have to be the lone person out there who hitting balls. Come on.
So
West Indies also, Donna. West Indies up how many catches?
Oh, yes, they dropped a lot of catches too. Several of them. I think they
7
got
catches.
3 off of Shamar Joseph in the first innings. And then 7 of them, yeah.
I mean, Joseph had to start clean bowling them just to get an out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
hey,
my goodness.
all I know, the slim, trim, yo-yo test, all of them pass. They could not catch more than Cornwall. That's all I gotta say. I would have go with war with him anytime over majority of these guys. All I know,
he was a safe
I
catcher.
have to run a little bit faster because he can't run. But believe you, the catches, the bowling,
Yes.
and the batting, I would die with him anytime.
Okay. I like to have a little godly.
Okay.
You see, it started wrong. The team selection. I mean, I'm not looking forward. So they're packing this up with a bunch of opening batsmen, knowing that they're going to get rid of Craig Brathwaite. He had 99. They're going to give him his 100. And maybe he might play the Jamaica test. But after the series, unless he hits some double centuries and stuff, he's done. So they pack up the team with a bunch of opening batsmen. Let's move the insularity. There is no way you were supposed to just bring back Campbell in this team
I agree.
and drop Louis. There is no way. King, because he wants to play test match cricket, to come in as your number 4. 3 and 4 are your 2 best batters. He hasn't shown me enough that Kim could have just waltzed his way into that team. There is no way you can leave out Hodge and Athenate at the same time. Is that one or the other? Or maybe none. There must be in the team.
I agreed with that
So
too.
the team balance was bad. Now you're picking your lone spinner. You know, in the first inning, Warrington didn't bowl 1 ball. Case bowled a couple overs before him. Well, I agree, the fast bowlers did the trick. Then you put him in as a night watchman. How can your number 8 batsman become a night watchman? That's where you're bowling all around him. That's where you was slated to bat. You must put your 10 or 11, like how we used to have Roth as our
regular batsman, Ivan. Put a regular
Yeah, you can't take a regular batsman to make him your overnight. Carlisle Best, not Carlisle Best, Pino Best. You had Bishu. We had our regular guys down there who we designate them as night watchmen to protect the batsman up there. You cannot put somebody like him who just came from Pakistan making ones, and I believe he volunteered to say, let me go, try to show off. He had no business going as a night watchman to get 2 deliveries, didn't bowl a ball, and in the second inning, they were reluctant to bowl him again, so he played as a passenger and as your vice captain. What is the use? Something went wrong there with that team. Cricket is a team sport. Something was wrong from the beginning. Hope is a frontline batsman. You brought in Hope, not to bat at number 4, where King should have batted if that was the case, and continue with Imlak. Or I would have gone with De Silva as well. But you cannot put King there and have Hope in the team and tell Hope you must come down and bat number 6 and 7. So everything was upside down. So Sammy, they have to go to the table, go back at the drawing board, and to answer Dennis' question. No, I'm not giving nobody no 1 match because you lose and upset the apple cart and revamp the team. That's not fair. You can't give King no 1 match. Batted beautifully in the first inning, even though he should have carried down overnight, and to get the 1 ball in the second inning. You just cannot discard him. You invested in him already, so he has got to come good. He had 2 days left in this match. His punishment should have been to bat for those 2 days. Go in the nets and have him batting. Take a lunch, come back, bat. Take a tea, come back, bat. You cannot drop him. So I don't see the big changes.
But what does coaches do in situation where you see the way John Campbell got out? It certainly calls for some very, very tough words with a player who gets out like that. And Campbell wasn't the only one. I saw, who was it that left his stump unguarded and got bowled? Was that King or was that...
No, King did that. King.
You know,
but Campbell played the lap shot of the fast bowler. He got away with it 4-4, tried again, and the ball came off his glove.
Right.
There was no need for that.
There was no need for that. Did you know that the Australians had at one point lost 4 or 5 wickets for 65 runs, and they recovered.
Yes.
They recovered. So why did they recover and West Indies did not?
There was
Because we dropped catches. I think Leon said it already. Because of the dropped catches. The only guy there, and he looked real good. We have to look at him. Webster. Webster is going to be the next Steve Smith. Remember he said that?
Who?
Webster.
Oh, Webster.
Bo Webster.
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
But even Webster was not batting with a lot of discipline. There's a lack of discipline at the back end, where all of a sudden they were looking for boundaries. Okay, they were swinging for sixes and swinging for fours with every ball.
Yes.
And we were deep in the red.
Yes.
Okay, and it was swinging for the bleachers.
Right.
Okay, so
I don't recall that though.
Oh,
I recall Shamar Brooks.
It's only Shamar Joseph did that.
Shamar Joseph, he was the only one.
He was the only one who did that.
And he was connected.
Yeah, he did well.
Dale, let's hear your comments on the discussion.
Well, if you drop 7 catches, it's very difficult for you to win any match. And Shamar Joseph, to have so many catches dropped off his bowling. And you can't know what is going on through his mind, but to see him turn around and just smile and go back onto his business showed you that he was so very focused. Yes. And I think he bowled very well, showed a lot of guts, a lot of heart, and didn't throw up his hands when they dropped. In one over, they dropped 2 catches. And both times, while Sammy was up in the booth with steam coming through his ears and cursing and carrying on, Shamar Joseph showed himself.
Showed guts.
Did not show up his teammates, because what are you going to do? Come back and bowl again, and that's what he did.
In one instance, he came back and clean bowled the batter on the next ball.
Yeah, he said, okay, drop this catch now. Yeah. And he clean bowled him. He showed a lot of resilience. But Jaden Seals has been, very consistent. But when he got Cummings in the first inning, and trust me, gentlemen, I said this to myself, once he did that send-off to Cummings and got fined and got that demerit point, I said to myself, in that second inning, he's not going to come back with the same fire. And he didn't bowl well in the second inning. And I also think that Sammy, as the coach, all formats coach, and El Capo, the Don, he has to show a better example, because if you start putting it in these guys' heads that the umpire is against them, whether or not he's against them, but you're putting it in their heads, they're already defeated. They are already defeated. Yes.
So why somebody tell me, why did Sammy get fined and penalized? What happened? I didn't see
he's openly criticizing, openly.
At the press conference.
At the press conference. Much like what he did. We shouldn't be surprised though, because remember he did that with West Indies cricket when we won the last World Cup under his captaincy.
Oh, he didn't do anything.
He and didn't do anything. He went up there and used the occasion to rip into West Indies administrators. Right or wrong, you shouldn't really come out on that forum and say it. And that's, but now he comes and he says it again. If you plant this in these young men's head, that's exactly what they're going to think. And when Brandon King, who dropped 3 catches, realized what Sammy did as he was dropping them, how can he look Sammy in the face afterwards?
I must admit that from my view, it was very obvious that Sammy was very articulated and gesturing when those catches were being dropped and the decisions were going, were going against the West Indies. But I didn't realize that he had taken it beyond the box, that beyond his seat. So clearly something is.
But then it's to be fair to Sammy. That means Mitchell Stark should be fined too, because he got on the podium in the interview and he spoke about the dubious decisions.
Yeah.
He did the same thing.
He said,
yes,
I
West
think
Indies.
you're right, but I think where Sammy went over the boundary a little bit was when he went back into the past and said that same umpire had cheated the West. He intimated that he had cheated him in England because that umpire umpired the games in England also. So I think if he had probably left it for this
well,
game.
like I said, yes, Sammy went a little deeper, but I'm saying Starks in the interview admitted, he said West Indies got the 2, but they got 1 too. That's what he said.
Yes.
So he criticized them too. So nothing was said of that.
All right.
But you can't say anything because Sammy admitted, they always admit anyway. He admitted to the offense.
Leon, just for your information, we'll spend a few minutes discussing the awards in a moment. We haven't forgotten.
Not too much discussion.
No, we'll spend a few minutes on it. We'll spend a few minutes. We'll spend a few minutes on it. Professor, what was your opinion on that Sammy incident?
Well, we like to say that cricket is a gentleman's game.
Okay.
And that there are certain protocols that make cricket endure. There are certain things certain behavior that, that we say that cricket is math. It's a pure game. Okay, every decision you make on the field is a math decision. Where do you place your fielders? What pace do you bowl the ball? Everything is calculated. Okay, and when you're finished, you can have a graph that shows where every ball went, and you set your fielders according to the graph that the history or the data that has been produced. So opinions really should not really be a part of the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
It's between the ball and the wicket. Okay. It's gonna always boil down to what happened between the bat, the ball, and the wicket. And when you take it to the public stage, then you're asking other people to follow your example, and that might not be the best thing for this purity of the game.
All right. A couple of things I saw that was disturbed me. We also saw Hazelwood had what appears to have been, I would say, it's with Shamar Joseph after Shamar really took him to task, basically striking 4s and 6s. I don't know whether anybody else saw what I saw.
I heard about it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hazelwood.
Yeah, I saw it. Shamar answered me, because Shamar said, "Whatever you saying, I can't hear you." He put it up here. I can't hear you.
And did you see that the umpire at that end next time when Shamar got a single put his arm around Shamar's shoulder and said something to Shamar? And I'm wondering if he was saying to Shamar, "Take it easy," but ignoring Hazelwood for his comments.
Perhaps he could do it because remember the umpire is the sole judge of fair and unfair play. So if he can put some fair play into it, he's authorized to do that.
Yes, understandable. But what I'm saying is he appears to be admonishing Shamar, but did he do so also with Hazelwood? Because he instigated...
He's the one who always hit back, always get caught, remember that?
You what?
Is the one who answering always get caught. When the sledging starts, the one who started don't normally get penalized. Is the one who answers back and dig into it.
Okay.
That's the one that the umpire hears.
All right. Okay, my other gripe, of course, was I saw Shea Hope jumping up to hit was he not jumping a ball that kept low, that cleaned him out? Did anyone not see that? He anticipated a bouncer.
Ball kept low.
And the ball kept low. So he jumped up when the ball was delivered as if the ball was a head high.
Yes.
That ball kept low and completely cleaned him up. And I thought to myself, that's a fairly odd shot. Now, why would he play a shot like that? Because
she hope he suspect to the shot anyway.
James.
So the Australians know that too.
But that wasn't there. There was no. It wasn't a shot. It wasn't a rising delivery. He jumped.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, he suspect to the short rising delivery. So that's why he got defeated, because he looking for it to. Why do you think they're gonna bounce him out? But the wicket, if you have to hit the wicket, I don't think that was a good test match cricket wicket. To be honest with you,
Perfect.
It was too much up and down.
All right, well, let's us wrap it up there, but give Leon a few minutes to discuss the
no discussion. We just wanted the folks to just reflect on who they pick for the man of the match and the team.
Right. Let me see if I can find my.
Just.
You mean for the test match? For this test match?
Test match. The awards. The
awards that took place. There were some. Oh yes, I have it.
Some awards that took place in Barbados.
Right. So there was the Test Player of the Year, who was voted to be Leon's favorite.
Mikhail?
No, that's not Leon's favorite.
No, he got a T20 Player of the Year.
Test Player of the Year was voted to be Shamar Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my pick. Yeah, that's my pick.
That's your pick. And the men's ODI Player of the Year was Shai Hope. Yes. Anybody disagree with that? But what surprised me was that Alzari Joseph was voted to be men's T20 Players of the Year. Can anybody?
Yeah, because he was the fastest guy to 50 wickets. I think that was noted for something.
That made him T20 Player of the Year?
I would think so, because he didn't bowl too badly either. So I guess in the bowling compartment, like Virgil would tell you, the bowlers only get to bowl 4 overs. I don't mind a bowler getting it if you only bowling 4 overs, as opposed to a batsman batting 20 overs and making some runs.
But he wasn't getting any wickets.
Shamar Joseph, he's the fastest guy to 20 wickets. He got some wickets, yes.
Oh, well, all right. Maybe I fell asleep.
That's how we got up to the
fastest. I have to say to Dennis, yes. You're just little biased, not plenty biased.
No, I know. I have no bias there.
Alzari Joseph deservedly got picked.
Leave it right.
Yeah, he whacked up some wickets there. Right, got to the fastest. Yeah, he beat the guy. What's his spinner name from the commentator guy? Badri.
Yeah,
he overtook Badri. Yeah, he overtook Badri, and he did it in quick succession.
All right.
He has the record. He has that record, Dennis. So he got some.
And he has a most decorated bowler in all formats for West Indies.
Well, you see, the thing that I perhaps got lost in the woods, is that it's supposed to be for the year. And it goes on performance for the year. And that's where...
Well, he did that in the 2020 format. Is the other format that he got a lot of blows. The other format.
Right.
In the 2020 format, he did well.
He did well? All right.
Yeah. And the other... Yeah. Think about if the other bowlers, if Ambrose and those guys were playing among the T20, they probably would have more than him. But he...
Well, I tell you what, I'll
give Alzari his props, right, Hyson?
I will bow to your superior knowledge there. There's no doubt Hayley Matthews was the T20 player for the women and the ODI player for the women.
They should give her everything.
Well, she did get everything.
Almost. Yeah.
Almost.
She's the only person. Afi Fletcher and Karishma, they're the 3 people who are trying to do something for the ladies.
Well, yeah, they're not criticizing the ladies. I think they're doing a wonderful job this year. West Indies Championship Player of the Year, Mikhail Louis. Everybody agreed with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And regional T20 players. What do they mean by regional T20 Player of the Year? Nicholas Puran. Is that because he plays outside of the region, or he's the best in the region? What exactly did they mean by that?
Could be his average. He had a good average.
Okay.
But the count, meaning that the count is record abroad?
Well, that's the only place I can. Okay. All right. Good. Justin
That's all
Greaves.
it- yeah.
Justin Greaves was the Super 50 Cup Player of the Year, and I
300. He made 300.
got
Right?
3 centuries. So yes, I don't disagree with that. Women's Super 50 Super 50 Cup Player Kaisha Knight. I just don't remember.
And
Go ahead. Somebody agree?
Oh, Donna, you were saying something.
Donna?
Kaisha Knight.
also, they
can
also
put Donna was-
awarded they
Sorry?
also awarded the Clive Lloyd team that won some many moons ago.
Yes.
1975,
75 World
75.
Cup.
Right, I heard
The
of
World Cup.
that.
I think our dear brother changed his mind.
Who's that?
Robert.
But he had changed his mind. He said he wasn't going to go.
No, he did say he would attend, but I don't think he was going with an open heart. He was going with a heavy heart because he thought that they deserved credit previously.
Long time, yeah.
So he
He said
said,
that's an amazing show.
yeah, he said, I will go, but I'm not happy, going because it should have been done long before. Nonetheless, they walked away with gifts of 10 grand US.
That's US. Mm-hmm.
It's 10 grand US. It's nothing to sneeze at if you live in the Caribbean. And of course, 7 of the 11 attended, so those 7 were awarded. I think we've lost 2, Marshall and a couple of others. Is that why they were on 7?
Marshall. Yeah, Marshall.
Marshall wasn't on that team.
Marshall wasn't on that team.
No.
So who was missing from that 11?
Fredericks died.
Yeah, Frederick died, yes.
Fredericks, Greenwich.
No one else can remember?
Yeah, I remember the other two.
Who didn't attend? Did Bernard Julian attend? Did
Oh,
Kanai
he's sick.
attend?
Kanai and Bernard. Oh, I think
All the
Bernard Julian
rest
is
are
sick.
alive.
Sick.
The 11 anyway, out of the 11.
Well, there are only 7 who attended the award, so 4.
Bernard Julian sick. I remember he was sick.
Who?
Bernard Julian.
Bernard Julian.
Are you saying to me that they awarded 10,000 to those 7 who attended, but those who did not get award?
No,
They would get
that.
this.
They would have got
They
it.
would get this. Come on.
They
They would
would
have it
get
here
it.
for them.
I'm merely asking because the way they put it is that those players who attended were given their award, but they didn't go on to say those who were unable to attend will also be given the same award.
Oh, it's a given. They don't have to think. It's a
To
given.
attend.
You want to get your certificate to walk across the stage.
You see,
You're gonna still
you
get your
said-
certificate.
Leon, Ivor, you said it's given, but if it was given, I would have seen it. It didn't say it.
No, I said it is a given that they will get it.
Oh, it is a given. All right.
It's a given. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I believe they would have sent them.
You want on the stage for your diploma, they have to give you a diploma.
All right.
They earned it.
Okay. All right. We are missing, and Donna never gave us any scores of this MLC. So let's wrap
Yes,
this.
TSK is 140 for 2.
Who's
From
that?
14.5 overs.
Okay. All right. So let's thank everyone for staying and spending the time with us. Especially thank you to all those listeners out there on Global Voices. We appreciate you being there. 2020 Visions, all the way from St. Kitts and Nevis, Sosofat Media Group. We thank you for being here with us. And of course, those listeners and viewers on the YouTube streaming service, thank you for joining us. Do like us, do subscribe, and we invite you to come back and join us next Sunday.
Can I have one last word?
Please
One
do.
last word.
Yes, go ahead.
Alzawi Joseph has played 42 T20 matches, taking 57 wickets with an average of 24.82. His best bowling figures in the T20 is 5 for 40, and his economic rate is 9.07 runs per over, according to How's That.
All right.
He has scored 121 runs with a batting average of 17.28, so he's quite deserving.
All right, I guess I may have been asleep during the past year. Thank you. My apologies.
You're just not too biased. You're just...
See you on Saturday.
All right. I think, I'm waking up too early on Saturdays. That's the reason why. I slept through Alzari's 1 year period. Sorry, I owe him an apology, and Leon will see to that as my boss.
Make sure I get him to do an interview with us.
All right.
Talk to Dennis. I said, Dennis is your man.
No, I'm impressed with Alzari Jovi's batting, and I have to get down on Seals. What he did there when he out there, Alzari Joseph. I don't know. I shouted at him, "Why are you taking the singles so early in the inning?" And next thing he go on out at caught it long on. I'm like, play the wall. Alzari Joseph was batting beautifully.
Yeah, exactly. Seals, yes.
Yeah, Seals had no business sitting out there and getting caught. He should have just played the wall. But then again, Alzari Joseph.
Give me one moment here. Something come across as you said that. Alzari Joseph took his personal coach to training. You guys heard
Winston.
that? And Winston Benjamin.
And
Seals.
taking the wickets though. But he bowling well.
Yeah. Seals joining, I understood. So what are your thoughts?
I didn't hear that. You said Alzari Joseph did what?
Took his personal bowling coach to train him on tour.
That's fine. That's fine. I have no problem with that. There's,
No, how the bowling coach would feel.
Let me say this much. I've noticed a difference in his bowling performance this year as opposed to previous years.
Okay.
So there is a definite change. I mean, he's bowling far fewer long ups and more inclined to attack the stumps and do what he used to do two years ago before I fell asleep last year. Anyway.
And we got a note that Sammy was fine. Did we know?
Yes, we
just discussed it. Did not lose any match. I know. Would that come into play as a coach? Cannot be appreciated.
No, he just signed 15% of his match fee.
15% of his
of his match fee, but it's nothing to do with the suspension of games or anything. No.
No, but
because he had defense.
All right. I have one last opportunity to for you to give a shout out to your listeners and viewers before we go.
Of course, if you want to have some fun, if you want to be entertained, Saturday morning is the place to be on Caribbean Global Voices.
All right.
9 until, let's put it this way.
All right.
And
sometimes
and Mertrice Donna on this panel here alongside yours truly. So you two can be a part of it, even if you just have to listen. We can always send out the link. Dennis, I'll have you send the link out to the folks. They can be a part also.
Right.
Saturday morning. Dennis gets up very early, but Dennis, we have to bring in a little later. We don't want you to miss Alzari Joseph performances.
Professor, here's an opportunity for you to, tell the viewers about the Social Bone Media.
Well, so Bone Media network comprises both radio, podcast, and our YouTube channel. And now that you just mentioned your program that takes place on Saturday mornings that we have on our platform and communicate with our listeners that they have another choice to listen to on Saturday morning. And again, our platform is 24/7, so that even when you finish your program on Saturday morning, if you email the recording to us, we upload it onto the platform. So your listeners can come Monday through Friday and listen to it until you get back on Saturday. That's how it's set up for all the 8 stations we have there right now. And of course, the sister to the radio platform, Sosa Bone, is Sosa Fat, which is the television YouTube channel, which we launched in September of last year after we had the Sosa Bone up there from 2021. And I would like to say that in 8 months on the our YouTube channel, we have over 36,000 subscribers in 8 months, an average of 5,000 subscribers per 4,000 subscribers per month, and we have over 10 million views in the 8 month. That is, we have been gaining over 1 million views every month, and that is where the cricket show now is on both the Sosa Bone website link that takes it to the cricket show website, where we hope to drive more traffic to it, as well as the cricket show. This portions of this recording, snippets from this recording, will be on the Sosa Fat YouTube channel. Again, to benefit and to drive traffic to the website. In light of the fact that we already have a YouTube channel for cricket show, we cannot duplicate the products that is on the cricket show onto Sosa Fat. YouTube will not allow that. But we can take fair usage portions of it and put it out there to promote the cricket show.
All right, thank you. We appreciate it, and we thank you. We thank all our visitors, listeners, and a very special shout out to Hyacinth for being a good trooper, staying off with us when many of us would have been asleep, like I have been for the past year, missing Alzari's performances. And thank you, Hyacinth, and good night to all.